Opening hook. It won't start with a bang. No headlines, no riots, no sirens. The collapse will begin with a sigh you can't explain. A sudden emptiness during a meeting. A moment of stillness where everything feels off. You won't see cities crumble. You'll see spirits fracture, because the next great collapse won't be financial. It will be psychological. We are not on the edge of a market crash. We are in the middle of a meaning crash. People aren't going broke. They're going numb. Not starving for food, but starving for purpose. You scroll endlessly. You smile at people while secretly breaking inside. You chase goals, tick boxes, and wonder why none of it feels real anymore. This isn't burnout. It's breakdown. A quiet breakdown of the inner world, covered by filters, hidden behind routines, anesthetized by distractions. The real collapse is happening in silence. It's the young man with a perfect resume and no will to live. The woman who laughs at brunch but feels invisible. The thousands who lie awake each night, haunted by a single question. Why does none of this feel like it matters? And still, we're told to push through, hustle harder, and smile wider. But deep down, we know something is unraveling. Not out there. Inside us. You don't need to wait for the world to fall apart. It already has, piece by piece, inside every soul that traded truth for comfort. Before the body collapses, the mind whispers. Before society crumbles, the soul grows silent. Collapse never begins in the streets. It begins in the stories we tell ourselves. At first, you shrug it off. The lack of motivation, the strange fog in your thoughts, the disconnection from everything that once made you feel alive. You call it stress. You blame the job. You tell yourself it'll pass. But deep inside, something is rotting. Not in your environment, in your identity. You've become a character in someone else's play. Smiling on cue, performing happiness, living by routines that never asked if they fit your soul. You wake up, go through the motions, succeed even. But it's not you who's succeeding. It's the mask you've worn so long, you forgot there was a face underneath. This is how the collapse hides, not in loud disasters, but in quiet disorientation. You start forgetting why you began anything. You chase goals that don't belong to you. You become a stranger in your own skin, and while everyone applauds your progress, you feel it, a private sense of decay. The truth is brutal. Our culture rewards the performance of life, not the experience of it. So the soul goes quiet. And when the soul goes quiet, the world may still be spinning. But for you, it has already ended. At some point, you stop feeling the collapse. Not because it's gone, but because numbness has taken its place. We don't break all at once. We fade, slowly, quietly, until emptiness feels like peace, and distraction feels like life. This is the hidden epidemic, millions walking around with dead eyes, perfectly functional, but profoundly disconnected. We call it adulthood, responsibility, success. But beneath the surface is a silent scream no one dares to voice. I don't know who I am anymore, so we medicate, not always with pills, sometimes with endless scrolling, constant noise, small talk, shopping carts, and fake smiles. Anything to avoid being alone with the truth. We've built a life that ignores the soul, and when the soul is ignored long enough, it withdraws. Not loudly. It simply stops speaking. You wake up one day and realize you don't feel joy the way you used to. You don't dream like you did before. You don't cry, even when you should. That's not healing. That's shutting down. This is the collapse that no one sees. A civilization dressed in progress, but dying inside. We've mastered productivity and forgotten how to be human. We've built machines, but have become mechanical. And now, we wonder why nothing feels real. They said you were broken. They said you were weak. But what if what you're feeling isn't a flaw? It's a signal, a sign that in a world gone numb, your pain means you can still feel. That ache in your chest, that restlessness at midnight, that strange grief when you scroll past perfect lives. It's not failure. It's the part of you that refuses to go quietly. The collapse isn't just a destruction. It's a clearing, a sacred undoing of everything false. So the real can finally emerge. But to rise, you must stop waiting for rescue. No government will fix the soul. No institution can restore your spirit. And no amount of wealth can fill a life built on lies. You must become your own sanctuary. That means being honest with yourself, even when the truth burns. It means grieving who you were to give birth to who you must become. And yes, it means walking alone at first, because the path of healing will never be crowded, but it will be real, and it will lead you back to something we've all forgotten. Wholeness. Not perfection, not performance. Wholeness, to feel again, to think for yourself, to stand in your truth without apology. That is the quiet rebellion. That is the foundation of a new world, not built in economies, but in souls that refuse to go silent. Final CTA, one line. In a world collapsing from within, healing is the most radical thing you can do.